We're here in the famous Tribeca neighborhood in New York City, and we're going to check out a viral gourmet grocery store. The internet told me Meadow Lane grocery was ridiculous. The reality was a little more complicated.
Some people say this is the future of grocery shopping where everything is curated, while others say this store was just made for influencers. Coming from Los Angeles, the home of Erewhon, I'm prepared for expensive groceries. But today, I'm going to put Meadow Lane to the ultimate test. Can this influencer grocery actually feed people? I'm not here to film stuff for social media. I'm actually here to pick up some snacks for a family gathering tomorrow. And also, I wanted to try their famous gluten-free chicken nuggets. Yeah, you know, the ones that they kept slamming on TikTok for it being raw. But I travel a lot and I've eaten at a lot of places that serve street food, so I'm pretty prepared. See, I always have a pack of Imodium with me when I travel. All right, let's do it. Let's go shopping at Meadow Lane. So the first thing I notice is that the baskets are made of wicker. It's kind of fancy for a shopping basket. So on first appearance, it's a lot smaller than I thought. I'm used to the Erewhon in Venice Beach, which is a lot bigger. And I had visited Happier Grocery last year, also in Tribeca. You can check out that vlog in the link below. No, but seriously, I'm gonna walk through the market. So here we go. So this was just the entrance in the back here. And then this is the rest of the store. So we got a section here on the left, and then that's it to the right. I would say it's about the size of a big Starbucks, but it's not about the size of the store that matters, it's what kind of products they carry. So let's go look around. Looks like they got some fruit over here. We got bananas, that's pretty accessible fruit. Have these cute little pineapples, reminds me of being in Hawaii. Speaking of Hawaii, there's mangoes, and a pineapple will run you $8 here. I'm used to at Ralph's in LA where sometimes you can get a deal on pineapple for like $4. And then here's their refrigerated section. It's so aesthetic because the fruits are in wooden boxes, not those little plastic pint containers. Pint of cherries for $10. And if you want a larger basket, it's $18. Yikes, I just spent like maybe $8 earlier this week on a bag of cherries. Oh, but look at this. They have lychee, so $10 for a little basket. And because I'm a runner, I'm always interested in dates because they have a lot of potassium and a lot of carbs in just one date. Seems a little pricey for a basket of dates. I usually can get a big box at the farmer's market for about $10, $12. And just like at Erewhon's, they have cherry strawberries. Despite the prices, I do find this display of the refrigerated produce to be pretty aesthetic. It's pretty Instagram friendly. Like everything is perfectly lined up, everything's symmetrical. But remember, we're here to get snacks. I've heard of Flamingo Estate, so you can get a fancy candle for $60. Candle's not your thing, but you like soaps? Well, there's a soap brick, heirloom tomato. Okay, I've never had that scent before as a soap. There's hand lotion, surface cleaner, so you can get your kitchen counter smelling like heirloom tomatoes. Or how about your dishes smelling like heirloom tomatoes with this dish soap? Okay, so this is pretty reasonable. Buttermilk pancake and waffle mix for $12. A little bit on the pricey side, but you know what? If you go to Williams-Sonoma, you're going to be paying about that much. So that's some pretty fancy and expensive granola. Chocolate cherry and vanilla sea salt granola. Wonder how much protein they have because I've been trying to increase my protein intake. Okay, no dice. I have no idea how much protein is in it. This is their extent of an olive bar. I mean, I guess it makes sense because the shop isn't very big, so you're not going to have a huge section of olives like you would like at Happier Grocery or at Erewhon. I miss Danish rye bread. I miss having a smørrebrød. Is that how you say it? My Danish isn't very good, or my Danish is pretty non-existent, but it's the open-faced sandwiches. Remember how I said this store, it feels like a store for influencers? Well, guess what? Take a look at that. Ballerina Farm. I'm sure you can look her up on TikTok. Dang, $12 for coarse gray French sea salt? I don't know, it doesn't look gray to me. It just looks like salt. I guess it comes in a nice bag. Here's something that my husband Jason would like, some hot sauce. Fancy there. Nope, I'm not going to balk at the price. It's just more of the practicality of bringing this back to California. I just don't want this to explode in my suitcase. And what's influencer culture without a bit of wellness and health? So I suppose this is where they put all of their healthy wellness supplements. How much are you willing to pay for your supplements? That's a lot for B vitamins. Yeah, $74 for a magnesium supplement. Some more Ballerina farm products. So remember earlier I was talking about how I wanted to increase my protein intake? Well, I guess I can get some of this Ballerina farm protein powder. She also makes bone broth. Never associated hot cocoa with bone broth. Nothing like a cup of hot cocoa on a winter's day while increasing your protein. Well, she's famous for sourdough bread, so of course it shouldn't come to a surprise that there would be some organic farm flour marketed under her name. And she's really capitalizing on this whole high protein trend that we're going through right now in the wellness community. But for now, I'm going to skip out on these electrolyte drinks, these supplements, and just stick with my liquid IV. Okay, that's more like it. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for chips, little snacky foods to bring over tomorrow. I think this is reasonable for pistachios. Yeah, $9. Okay, that's not too bad for a bag of pistachios. There's salt and pepper, or original salted, but what stood out to me was the dill pickle one. I think I'm gonna get it. It's gonna make a nice addition to any charcuterie boards that we put together. Mushroom chips? Okay, I've never seen that before, so I'm intrigued. And for $8, yeah, I'll take a bite. What flavors? So they have twisted Thai chili, rad, rosemary and salt, trip-in truffle parm. And I think I'll get the trip-in truffle parm. Sounds pretty exotic. They have some pita chips, also pretty reasonably priced. $8 for some artisanal pita chips. It doesn't say what flavor, but I tend to, oh yeah, I guess it does. It says sea salt up here and not sure what za'atar is. But hey, let's go for it because I feel like you can get sea salt pita chips any place. Most of the products here in the snacky section are reasonably priced considering how expensive this grocery store is. It's a few dollars more than what you would get at a normal grocery store, but I feel that the unique flavors make up for the fact that they're like $5 or $6 more expensive. So this may be the only area, if you were on a budget or something and you still wanted to try out Meadow Lane, that seems reasonable to try out. It feels weird to me to buy seaweed chips at a non-Asian grocery store because that's where I usually get my seaweed sheets and chips from. But for $6, sure, why not? And we'll go with salty because Jason's side of the family tends to be a little bit more savory, but I would have gone with the sweet. So this is what we have so far in my basket. Here's the refrigerated section, but I don't think I'm gonna grab any. Or you know what, on second thought, this stood out to me. This lemon miso labneh for $12. Yeah, it's a bit of a splurge, but you know what? We only see family once a year, so why not? A soy egg, I can get this at 99 Ranch, so that's not anything too special to me. $6, whereas at 99 Ranch, I can get it for like $3. Here's their frozen food section. I guess dumplings are easy to sell. I mean, you could just stick it in an air fryer. And they do have cuts of meat here, but I'm not really interested in it because we're in a hotel. Cool, so they have some frozen pizzas. I've never heard of this brand, Berries, so I've never heard of it. Oh, I heard about this, Cafe Panna, but unfortunately our hotel doesn't have a freezer that goes with the fridge. It's just a little mini fridge, so it's kind of pointless for me to grab a pint to take over tomorrow. Now here's a brand that I recognize, McDonald's. Here we go. Here's their prepared food section, their grab and go. So miso salad bowl, pretty appetizing. Green goddess salad, that sure is pretty green. This is exactly what I was looking for, the chicken tenders. Kind of slim pickings because we're here, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, what was so special about the chicken tenders that people were willing to pay $17 for? It's because they're gluten-free. While the chicken tenders seem to be a big hit, I don't know about the Chinese chicken salad. Maybe they are popular, it's just that they just restock them. and the lunchtime crowd is over, so maybe they're just getting ready for the dinner crowd, because it seems like this side of the prepared food section is a little bit better stocked. A Japanese sweet potato for $14. You get quite a bit, and you get a dip. However, when we go to Tokyo Central every week, we do get a Japanese sweet potato for a couple of bucks, but it doesn't come with a dip. Other prepared foods you can get turkey chili, green Thai curry, although I can't help but think you could probably order from the local Thai restaurant for much cheaper than all the fancy pasta sauces. Okay, so you can actually make a real meal out of this place. I mean, certainly if you're a local, you can pick up that green Thai curry and make yourself some rice at home. Whoa, hold up. Here's your hot food section. So I was wrong about the chicken tenders. So I think I'm going to go ahead and get the chicken tenders over here because it's nice and warm and hot. I'm actually going to put this back. There we go. Here you go, chicken tenders. You can find another home. Sorry, rookie mistake. The refrigerated chicken tenders, that's for a local to take at home to heat up. Whereas for a tourist or maybe a local who is on the go, this is where they would get the chicken tenders in the heated section. We got our little snack here. And just in case you were curious what else is here in the hot food bar. So you got pigs in a blanket for $24, which I find ironic because we usually associate pigs in a blanket as being kid foods. And kid foods tend to be pretty cheap, but not here. I guess this is for your elevated, high-status kid living in Tribeca. You know, this is crazy, but I think Jason would like it because he loves anything that has buffalo sauce. So ginger, buffalo, cauliflower, and it goes for $14. Moving on, here's another part of the refrigerated section, and we got to talk about the price of eggs. Now remember last year where eggs were really expensive? Here, a dozen eggs will go for $18. That's going to be a pretty expensive omelet. I've been getting into yogurt lately, again, to increase my protein intake. Plenty of fancy yogurts here. I really do like Icelandic yogurt. There's just a creaminess to it that you can't find with like Yoplait or something. I know Yoplait makes their own version of a French yogurt in a glass jar, but this one here, it seems even fancier. And yeah, you're gonna pay for it too, $5. I guess it's not too bad because usually the fancy French one that Yoplait makes, it can go for $2 or $3. Kind of depends on if there's a sale at the store. Let's talk about the juices. After all, wellness is part of the influencer culture. Whoa, $15 for some orange juice. And to think, earlier today I had free orange juice at the hotel breakfast buffet. And I don't know why it's $15, so I don't know where they get their oranges from or how they sweeten it. How about this for the aesthetic? Pink juice, which is watermelon, coconut, strawberries, lime juice, and Himalayan salt. I'm going to assume pink Himalayan salt. But we're going to skip out on the bottled juices because we were hoping to get a drink at their drink bar. Now, you might be wondering what Jason's been doing since I've been walking around the store talking to myself and filming. But there's actually a little seating area to wait for your friends or family while they're filming because, you know, they're probably influencers. And he's holding this stick, a venison stick, and it seems like it's caught his interest. All right, go ahead and put it into the basket. Might as well. Woohoo! Well, this is what we're going to end up getting, so we're about to head over to the cashier. My wicker basket, and luckily there's no line. Oh, look at that. That's so cool that it fits nicely into this space. So somebody took exact measurements.
Would you like the honey mustard for the tender?
Oh, yes, please. That'd be really good.
I think I showed remarkable restraint. No $24 strawberries, no $60 tomato scented candle, no $15 orange juice, just actual groceries for our family get together tomorrow. And yes, I paid the extra $3 for the reusable bag. But hear me out. It was actually the cheapest souvenir in the store. At least this one is practical. I'll probably use it for groceries back at home.
Now, if you didn't want to come here to get groceries, you can just come here and get the whole Meadow Lane experience by going to their juice and coffee bar. Very similar to Erewhon, but I don't think they have the $20 glass skin or smooth skin smoothie. So here's their menu. It's a lot easier to read off that menu than the one on the wall, or at least it's easier to film. So of course they have all sorts of coffees, teas, but I was actually interested in a matcha, so we'll go ahead and get a matcha.
Well, I didn't find the drink selection to be as extensive as Erewhon's or even at nearby Happier Grocery. At least the cost of the iced matcha wasn't prohibitively expensive. I would say it was slightly more expensive than Starbucks, and remember, we're in Manhattan and not in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I was wondering, where do people go to eat their hot chicken tenders? So they do have some tables in front of the store, not that many. But while I was ordering the matcha latte, Jason went out and got us a seat. Here we go with their famous gluten-free chicken tenders. And they also included honey mustard sauce, so that was a nice touch, because I was wondering how we were going to eat the chicken tenders. How perfect. The sun just is hitting the chicken tenders at the right angle, so we got plenty of natural lighting. So here we go with the chicken tenders. Da 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 da. That's some pretty big size chicken tenders. I'll show you. So this is palm of my hand. Yeah, it fits about size of my hand here. Let's dig in. Let's see if it's raw in the middle, like all those TikToks. This is proof that I'm eating it. All right. So this is the inside of the chicken tender. So it's not pink at all. So it's actually pretty cooked through. I don't see any hints of pinkness or any weird chicken juices or raw chicken juices. And there's a nice texture to it. Or I don't know if I just bought into the hype of the market, but you know what? It's edible, so I'll take it. Now to try the iced matcha. Their large is large enough to split between the two of us, so that's what I got. And no, these aren't plastic straws. As far as the matcha goes, it's pretty decent. I like how it's not overly sweet, but it's not bitter either, just right. You're allowed to customize your drink, so I did ask them to go 50% sweet, and they didn't go too heavy with the milk, but then again, I asked for skim milk instead of whole milk. And I didn't find that it was influencer pricing. This thing came out to be a little over $7, which is about right for a nice matcha.
We finished our afternoon snack at Meadow Lane and continued on with walking around Manhattan.
Well, that was an entertaining exploration of Meadow Lane. What do I think about it? Does it live up to its hype? It definitely is a grocery store that was made for influencers. No doubt about that. Everything in there was aesthetic. The products were perfectly lined up, the cherries being in wooden baskets instead of the green plastic ones. Then they had all of those wellness products, because wellness and influencer culture go hand in hand. And I was surprised to see Ballerina farm products sold there. I thought it was something that you can only get online, but I guess they carry her stuff. But carrying all those fancy products and the well thought out displays do come at a high price. Things that are curated don't come cheap. So no, the prices weren't realistic. However, there were things that I thought were somewhat affordable if you were curious enough to try. They had all of those different little chips and snack items that you can bring over to a party or fill your pantry with. They weren't prohibitively expensive. Sure, maybe they were several dollars more expensive than what you would normally get at a Ralph's or at a Trader Joe's. But they're things that I wouldn't be able to find even at a Trader Joe's, so I'm willing to pay a little premium for it. You pay a little bit more for a sample of the Meadow Lane life. And as far as the prepared foods go, again, paying for the convenience. I mean, it was really easy. You just go in there and you just grab like the green goddess salad or something. And as far as the chicken tenders go, I have to admit, they were really good. I don't think I've ever had gluten-free chicken tenders, so I think that was part of the gimmick. And guess what? It worked. And the honey mustard sauce that accompanied it, that was perfect. It just went together really well. If you don't want to get any groceries at all and just want to check it out, they do have a coffee bar. If you just wanted to grab a cup of coffee or an iced matcha, you can get it there. So yes, it definitely was a supermarket that was marketed towards influencers. As far as regular folks like me and you, no, it's not some place where you would do your weekly grocery shopping. But it's the same thing too with Trader Joe's. Everybody knows you don't go to Trader Joe's to get all of your weekly supplies. You're there for a certain specialty item. And for me, it was to get some snacks to bring over tomorrow to our family gathering. And that was a great excuse to go check out Meadow Lane.
Underneath all the hype, it's still just a grocery store. One where I found a few things I genuinely enjoyed, skipped the things that didn't make sense to me, and picked up some food to share with family. I think that's a takeaway for me. It's possible to enjoy a trendy place without suspending your common sense. You don't have to buy the $24 strawberries just because they're viral. You also don't have to dismiss the entire store because of a few outrageous price tags. Sometimes the best souvenir isn't the expensive thing everyone is talking about, it's finding something you'll actually use or food that brings people together. The internet may have made Meadow Lane famous, but I'm glad I came to see it for myself. And if you're curious whether I think Meadow Lane, Erewhon, or Happier Grocery does this whole luxury grocery concept best, check out the video I made last year comparing Erewhon and Happier Grocery. I think it's a fun companion piece to this one. Thanks for coming along, and if you enjoyed this little adventure, don't forget to subscribe. I've got plenty more New York and Boston videos coming your way, and I'll see you in the next one.